Hey guys, my name is Sediak and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2 India Edition, where in the last episode, guys, we created a brand new airport all the way in Sri Lanka. It's actually got quite a few passengers now coming and going from the actual airport, and things are running pretty swimmingly. We managed to expand a lot of the lines within Sri Lanka. We've now created more jobs, more city growth, and before you know it, guys, this whole island is just going to be covered. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? It is kind of crazy. But welcome back to another episode anyway, guys. Today we're going to try and make things a little bit more efficient. I've noticed that the issue between Bangalore to Mysore to Mangalore is starting to appear again, and I've got an idea of how I can completely solve all this. And at the same time, there's a couple of cargo lines all the way over here that I need to solve. We need to bulk them up, and it's not just by adding more trains. I feel like we've got enough trains, but we are starting to see a lot of trains coming in and out. We need more platforms. So if you guys are enjoying the series, make sure you smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you are new around here so you get notified. And when I say this, more episodes do come out. And I'm going to be honest with you right now, guys. I don't think there's going to be many more episodes left of this series before we bring it to an end. Now, when I do bring it to an end, would you guys like to be able to download the save game for this and maybe the map as well? If so, let me know in the comment section down below, but don't be sad if the series does end. It means a brand new series can begin, boys. So let's get rocking and rolling. So I want to take a look at this line issue first. Now, the line that in question is the Mang to Bao line. As you see right now, it starts in Mangalore, goes all the way down, all the way up to Belgaum. Now, what is the main issue from this? Well, the main issue is this line interacts with our coastal line. And because of that, Mangalore becomes a big transition station between those two lines. And by doing so, it picks up a load of people, and if the train's full, it can't unload or load many in Mysore and the same in Bangalore as it kind of ticks along. And what that means is the bulk of passengers in both of these cities kind of get left aside because the train is already pretty full. And the same thing coming back, if the train leaves Belgaum and it's fully loaded by the time it gets to Bangalore, it can't pick any people up here or here to transition them over. So I've come up with a plan. We're going to split the line in half. And what that means is we're going to have a line that goes from Mangalore to Bangalore, free station run. That means it will be consistently quite free and open and back and forth, la-di-da. And then the line from Mangalore to Belgaum. And that way I can then control the individual trains, and with the more frequent arrivals between these three cities to transition should mean that we cleared the backlog with ease. Or at least I think we're going to anyway. We'll see. We'll see. Because the distance it has to travel does mean that it kind of decreases the frequency in which the trains kind of now technically arrive. So we're going to pause the game for a minute because we're going to have some big issues here. And we're going to get rid of the Mangalore, Bangalore. And then in this Bangalore here, which it comes in, the station, is it now all okay? As it comes in here, in Bangalore right now, boys, it's able to utilize all of them. Now, we've got an issue straight away because the train is no longer electric. If we turn the train around, that then normally solves the issues. Very good. Then we're going to set up a brand new train line. That's going to go from here to here, which I believe in Mysore it's going to be on the opposite side, into Bangalore, which it can utilize all three stops, back here, and then back to Mangalore, where Mangalore, obviously it can use both sides of the stops as well. Very good, boys, very good. Now, that line, Mang to Bao, which is no longer Mang to Bao, I don't feel like we need that many vehicles on it, so we are going to get 3 of them. We'll leave 3 for the other line, and we'll put these 3 on line 54. There we go. There we go. So that will now take a minute or two for them to figure out what's going on, where they need to be, and who they need to now line up for. So give them a moment or two. give them a moment or two to kind of figure stuff out, and give them a moment or two for the trains to figure out what lines they now need to kind of then technically be on, which is kind of wild in many ways. So while we wait for that to kind of now slightly transform itself, we're going to take a look at the cargo all the way over here. Now, the issue with the cargo over here is when you check the steel plants where we get the ore and the coal coming in, we've now flipped it. We've now flipped it where there was always more ore than coal, but now there's more coal than ore. So we've got to try and sort some of this stuff out. Now, one of the things that we need to do is we need to expand the platforms to be able to handle more trains pulling in and pulling out at once. And we've got them over here as well where we got to do it, which will then alleviate a bunch of pressures, and thus I can have more trains kind of coming in. But that's easier said than done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly configure right now and delete that building. And then we're going to go to tracks, and then we're going to add another set of double tracks. So this will go from having 2 trains being able to load and unload at once to then having 4 trains being able to load and unload at once. Just a very simple but very, very effective way in which you can kind of, you know, get more kind of coming in. Obviously, it doesn't solve any of the traffic issues on the line. It's just more for the platforms. Now, let me get this all connected up. Is there any way I can get it connected where it runs in? Right, it's going downhill. That's why I couldn't do it. And apparently there's too much of a slope. Right, so if I went there, that does what I need it to do. Now, it does then technically mess up my whole signal situation and my Crissy-Crossies. So what I've got to do here is bring these in as soon as possible. There we go. Oh, I've got the wrong train tracks. There we go. And then do the crisscross here. And then implement said signal there. So on that line that comes in the inner ore here, boys, and where it comes into Tafan, we allow them to utilize all 4 platforms. So that literally alleviates a lot of pressures. Now, we don't really see that many pressures on these line anyway. It does mean that I have the ability to select the line and maybe, you know, duplicate 2 more trains. Have those trains come out, do what they've got to do for us, and then pull and push more ore. Not that we're going to have much on the platform anyway, but once it's all spread out, it should be all good. Now, the same thing over here as well we've got to do. Now, this is the platform that probably needs it the most, but at the same time, I don't really need to extend much more of the coal offerings as we already are providing a lot of coal to the steel industries. But we got to keep going, because if I make the ore efficient, I've got to make the coal efficient as well. Otherwise, it will just flip around them and have more ore being delivered than coal. Right, come on, autosave. Come on, autosave. Any moment now, please. Hurry up, autosave. There we go. Right, run this all the way down. And then platforms. There we go. And then cargo buildings. Right, that can go there. I don't know if that is now going to reach all of them. It does, but it doesn't reach this one, which is a little bit annoying. How did we have it reach that one previously? I think we had something at the very end, didn't we? Ah, there we go. Just adding that there has managed to be able to reach it. Right, that's worked out pretty well. And I wonder if I can make this merge in. No, not soon enough. But then again, I don't feel like we need this road. So maybe if I deleted this road, that will save some issues. So I can get it to there. So I haven't got to then rejig or reconfigure anything. That is magic right there, boys. Magic. Right, manage the line. And then we get it to utilize the other 2 platforms as well. and then we're back in business. So theoretically, that's just those 2 stations there. As you can now see, there's a train coming into our brand new set. We should have a train come out at some point once this moves, and then we're all now rocking and rolling. Glorious. Glorious. Glorious, glorious, glorious. That now goes. That will load up. Another train will come out. Amazing. Right. We also have this station here. Now, this one might be a little bit trickier than you expect. Solely because... Actually, no, this should be fairly easy as well, thinking about it. It's just we have to do this one a little bit differently to how we've done the others. So if I delete you, and then what I do is I get the tracks, and bam, bam, lead this all the way down, and then platform-wise, so I'm changing the approach on just that side, because we had to bulk it up to be able to connect to it. And then we get the large cargo building in. Bring this leading up. And then the crisscross is there. So that should, theoretically, work in our favor. Right, that road's not working in our favor, but that road can now be deleted. They can drive the long way around, guys. Oh, they're going to that town, aren't they? Yeah, you're going to have to drive the long way around, unfortunately. Sorry about that. Right, into there. There we go, into there. So it should be long enough to be able to handle the trains. Now, there is 2 lines that do come in. This is Z right now. I'm getting to utilize them 2 sides. That was the coal line. And then obviously this will be the ore line. So just alleviate some pressures, giving us more ability for trains to come in and out. Now, how are these deliveries? There's still probably a little bit of room for movement. There's 2 trains on. We're going to duplicate a train on the coal line. We'll duplicate a train on the ore line. So we've managed to increase their capacities only ever so slightly, but also made them a little bit more efficient. There's lots of trains coming in and out. We just got to keep pushing it. Got to keep pushing it with the deliveries. And hopefully we're going to be a little bit more efficient. Fingers crossed. Them 2 are now coming in, which is looking pretty good. Are you going to come out? They're waiting for a clean run. But I'm not sure when that run's going to happen. How's it over here anyway? The Kabul crude oil line. Do you reckon it's worth getting an additional train on this now? Right, I've got an additional train on there, which gives us an extra... How many capacity? 400 capacity. That's wild. Wild numbers. Wild numbers. Wow, okay. And then we've got the one going back and forth. I'm going to duplicate one more. It's not needed, but it just gives us a more frequent deliveries coming in. But it's not needed, though, okay? It's definitely not needed. Oh, that train is now chewing in. Which you should have then the green light to then head out, which you do. Off it goes, boys. Off it goes. Right, this is... I can't believe the infrastructure that we got in place within this vicinity. It still blows my mind. It really does. Right, so ore's coming in. Looking very good. There's the new trains coming out there. There's lots of ore in this platform to be taken on board. We've finally got a train coming out of this side, so there's going to be 3 trains loading at once. That's kind of cool, isn't it? That is kind of cool.
But there's not that much ore on the platform in general anyway. So I think that... Oh, actually, no. I think this might be driving straight out. Yeah, this is actually driving straight out. So these two can't go out until that one's gone. I mean, I could make this one turn around. Oh, no. Okay, don't break it. Let's not break it. I'm going to end up breaking it. It's okay, because there's another train coming in as well. Oh, no. Now we've got to wait for this one to come out. Yeah, I did clearly break it. I clearly broke it. Right, let's... Don't mess with it, okay, Shady? Don't mess with it right now. Right, is there anywhere else that we could benefit from... Oh, hello. There's a lot of plastic here. Replace these trains. Ye old faithful electric. And they've got a 600... So they've basically got a 300 capacity each, which is fair enough. So I'm just going to replace it with a faster train to begin with. And then we'll duplicate a third train on that line. That will do us well. The other ones are okay at the moment. No need to stress about those. There's enough there for that train, which is going to be heading... Yep, it is heading back at the moment. And what about you for New Delhi? You're okay. What I will do is add some larger warehouse buildings there just to be able to store a bit more on the platforms. Is that missing anything? No, we're okay there. Okay, great stuff, boys. There's a lot of people waiting at this airport. We're gonna... Oh no, I didn't mean to duplicate them. Damn it. Actually, those three, replace them with... Ooh, these is what we'll do. Switch it up a little bit. Switch it up, boys. Right, a lot of goods want to go to the avenue right now. Oh, wrong button. It's all dependent on where they're driving to and from, though, isn't it? What do I do about this? Because there's a lot of vehicles want to go to that one place. Where is that one that avenue place? It is number 2. Number 2 is there. All right, okay. Do I set up a dedicated run just to that area? So if I went there to there and back, okay. And if I took 3 vehicles off this and pull it on that line 55, then told this that it doesn't go. Oh, come on, autosave. It doesn't go to the avenue, which means I've also got to delete it going back to Lower New Delhi. So I have because that one's more busy than the others, obviously there's a lot more cargo wanting to go there, so I'll create a dedicated route for it instead. So it should keep the cargo. It just pushes it to the other line. Interesting. Interesting. We'll come back to that. I mean, do we have the same issues over here? Not really. Not really. How is New Delhi looking these days? Still growing. I'm starting to see people arguing in the comment section right now, them wanting for me to delete the river, and then some people are like, no, don't delete the river. Oh, man. Wild. Absolutely wild. Where's that line down there then? Oh, that's the high-speed line that goes that way. Yeah. That actually is quite a profitable line, isn't it? Yeah. It is pretty good. Right, do you reckon enough time has now passed that we can now see the difference in these lines? Because we're building up. Let me see trains. There's a train there. There's a train there. So they're on the line. They're doing their thing. They're looking pretty full. And we're hoping we start to clear a lot of areas. We don't have high speed here. But I think the trains are now positioned on the line. We now just got to give them time to move the backlog. So this train should obviously come here. It will load, unload. It shouldn't. Not many people get off. The bulk of them will get off at Bangalore. So literally 20 people at most kind of got off. So just waiting for it to have the green light to move. And then we'll see how many people can then get off in Bangalore. Now, Bangalore, there is... Oh, that line there. Oh, there's a train now actually loading up, right? Yeah, that's just loaded up right now, 198 people. And then that next train coming in, that will unload and then load them all up. That's pretty much cleared all the backlog. That's actually amazing. Well, that's really good. Okay, I'm impressed with that. I'm impressed. We'll see how the rest of it goes on. Right, what's going on over here then? So, that train stopped there. It's all flowy here, where we previously did have problems with it, so that's kind of good news. And how is Mumbai? I think we should now change these trains. If I go electric, well, they're the ones that we made ourselves. Are they diesel? Oh no, they're diesel ones that do 124. So if I switch to electric and go dual stocks right now, cost me a bit of money, but it adds an extra 600 people to the line that we can carry. Better trains as well. They are better trains. Electric trains, more importantly. Reduce those emissions. Oh, remember the new line we created for the wood? How's this now doing? So, have we not seen any transport numbers yet? What's going on here? It's only just started to deliver. Which I'm going to assume it's this train here coming in. No, that's Mumbai Wood. Is it you? Ah, it's delivering 17. It's this train here. Interesting. So how much have we got on the platform? Oh, quite a bit. Now, is this line starting to make more money? Yes. This has now started to make more money since we started to add more ships to it. So we should see a big bulk of ships now on the way back, with various items on board of machinery. So they would have had a big delivery of wood now coming in, so they can keep producing. Right, it all benefits, doesn't it? It all benefits. Alright, trains coming in. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. Alright, who's next after that? That one's now moving, but will this one now go out once that track is clear? Yes, it does. Right, good. Oh, nice bit of... Oh, we're going to add some additional cargo buildings to this. Can I get the big boys? Yes. It's solely so they can store more goods on the platform. That's all it's for. without it going blue. But we should see a nice big bulk of train. One's just left. One's coming in. Oh, that one's still there waiting. Oh, now it's only finally just come out. Oh my goodness me, boys. Well, that took a while, didn't it? And we've got no war yet. So that should now work for us a lot better. Holy moly, okay. That's crazy. So, in the grand scheme of it then, what is our most profitable line as of right now? I know it changes a lot. We've got the Kabul crude oil. Very good, very good, very good. The Anna coal line is looking pretty strong as well. New Delhi fuel line. That's a big money maker. That really is a big money maker. The Calcutta goods is our most profitable line. For planes, that is. Do we need more planes? Calcutta goods. Not yet. No. Whoa, the coins. Right. Replace you with these. Adds an extra 40 to the line. Not much, but extra people per plane. Where's the steel train right now? The steel train's on the way in to drop off some goods. And how is the steel doing these days? So that's looking pretty good anyway. So we're happy with that. We are happy with that. So we're happy with all of it, to be honest with you. Right, has Bangalore reduced the amount of... Yes, okay. That's really helped out. There's a lot of people waiting at this line now, but it's just a case of waiting for them to be all shifted. Less people here now, so that train going in, it's still full. So, a bit of a pain right now. But we'll get there. There's only 90 odd people to load up there, so we'll start taking people away and from and back. Actually, which way are they trying to go to? They're trying to go to Bangalore, aren't they? So how many people get unloaded here? The majority of them are going to want to go to Bangalore to switch over to the high-speed train line. It's a given. It is a given. But how many are getting off is the question. 300,000 just made, so probably a fair few, maybe. About 20-ish again. About 20-ish again. Not enough to make any dents, but that next train coming back should be the one that makes the dents. Because that's loading up now. And that's got now space for 92 people to get on. So that'll put a nice little dent into the 200 people currently waiting there. And then the next train will then do the same. So it just kind of, you know, swings and roundabouts. Right, this line here for the trams, is there a bigger tram we can now get involved with? We're utilising these, which are 35s. They're 43s. A bit better. But I'll add 2 more on the line as well. A bit more modern. A bit more modern. Right, a bit of traffic dotting around right now. It's mainly getting caught up on the tram line routes. So does it make sense to bulk the road up to a 4-laner? This will cause some issues with buildings. But it will alleviate a lot of pressures upon the road. And make traffic flow a bit easier. They're trying to snake around to get through the area. Is what they're also trying to do. I wonder if I can also maybe bulk up. Is there a speed limit difference? That's 60. These are 50. Okay, right. So this technically would be a faster road. So I'm going to run that through on this side. Oh man, auto save. It's always when I'm doing something important, okay? It's always when I'm doing something important. Now, it has oofed a few buildings, but it will then probably replace itself with larger capacity buildings because it's a bigger, higher capacity road. That's what normally happens in this game. So put them there so that I'm hoping they're more likely to use that road because it's a faster speed limit. Then same thing running down here. We're trying to get them to utilize different roads. Alright. I'll leave it like that. I'll leave it like that with that one. We'll leave it there. So we're hoping to use this road instead, which kind of bypasses it all and kind of technically goes around. That is the major, well, one of the major routes leading in. If we extended this, and I brought it to there, and then we kind of bendy-wendy it in, that takes off some pressures around Bangalore as they can all filter to the 4-lane road. But it should alleviate a lot of pressures within the tram traffic. And yeah, so I would have caused issues anyway, so I need to calm down. Yeah, boy, it needs to calm down. There we go. That's now heavily reduced in numbers. And that train coming out right now. There we go. It's got a nice big chunk of people to pick up. So we've done it. I think splitting the line was the way to go forward. I think it obviously was the way to go forward. So how much wood have we now got? Oh, they've picked up all the wood. Interesting. And we just had a wood delivery. Oh, another wood delivery is coming in. Right, sweet, mate. Sweet, sweet, sweet. You should have your numbers now increasing as we got that delivery coming in. You're still getting deliveries, which is good to see. We're happy with that. We are happy. So, did it make much of a difference now, us changing up the vehicle line? I think so. It's all dependent on when... Wait, did you just pick up? Are you on that new line? Yes, you are. Okay, now we're making dents into that, as we now got dedicated trucks and that one individual line. Right, did we move more people? Yes, we did. New Delhi, are you still growing? Yes, you are. I don't know how you're still growing, but you're still growing. And are we now seeing a bit more movement on these lines? Definitely picking up more goods there. 2 trains fully loaded there, which is good to see. Another train coming in with the train there fully loaded. So without further ado, we still need more ore, but there's 2 ore trains coming in. There's a 3rd one right there. And a 4th one there on the way, and a 5th one on the way as well. So it's scheduled to arrive. It is, but it is showing it between 4 plants at the same time as well. There you go. There you go. So dropping it all off. That's what we like to see. And that will keep them busy for a little while. The fuel over here. Hoping we're getting more deliveries coming in. And how are the lines up here that we're also kind of taking from? So it's the fuel that we're meant to... Oh, it's upgrading. So if this upgrades, it demands more from this, and then that demands more from this. It is a nice little cycle. Have you upgraded yet? No, you're not quite there. All right, it's all happening for us. It is physically all happening. So I feel like we've done good. I feel like we made some big improvements so far today. There's a lot of people in Gaia over here. Do we need an additional train? Do you know what? Yeah, we're going to add an additional high-speed train on that route. So there's no point expanding that just yet until I can kind of get the capacity on that line. Yeah, damn. Didn't see that coming, boys. Calcutta to Coim. Are you one of them? No. Are you? No. Are you? No. Those planes must be on the way shortly. So, right. How are you doing anyway? You only get a delivery of the brick coming in, the construction materials. You don't get any food deliveries. We don't really have any food deliveries set up. I wonder what it would be like if I set up a tram line that or a bus line. A bus or tram? Now, we'll go tram. That goes from Dhaka to Calcutta via Barishal. Is that how you pronounce it? Because it has no public transportation demand for growth. So if I added one route and it goes to the 2, that really bulks it up. To be honest with you, I don't really need to do it to the 2. Theoretically, I've just got to get it set up to a public service line. Like, for example, here. Hold on, what is the trains on this? Right, we're going to replace these with Joel stocks, which is completely overkill, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to bring it into here to just sort. So there's more reason for people to travel here. Loading and unloading, then more. And we'll do a tram line going down. Right, that'll be... This is just me, personal project, guys. Tram track, yes. It doesn't need to be anything crazy or over the top. It just needs to work. Now, do I do it this side? Could I get it with one platform? Ooh. I was hoping I can really shorten it down. I could do it there, one platform. That might be a bad idea putting it over that side, because it's always going to have to crisscross through all of this. Yeah, that might be a bad idea, but let's just roll with it anyway. And then pull it just there. If I sort out the tram track route now. There we go. Caught up with itself there. Leading in. If I do a line going then back and forth. And then, of course, I've got to drop down a tram depot, which I'm going to put just here on the outskirts. And I'll buy 2 trams for it. We'll buy 2 of these bad boys. And then that will give this town, all of a sudden, which is a little bit of a decline because I put a station in the middle of the town, all of a sudden, it now gives us percentages for destinations. So we've now got a plus 30%, which that number should just slowly keep growing. It should get a couple of thousand by the end of it. And be at least plus 100. It's just got to calculate how many destinations it can now travel to. Because it leads to that town. Once you get onto a train, it leads to everywhere else. And then we'll see a nice little growth spurt on the go. Simple yet effective, baby. Simple yet effective. Right, just give it time. Give it sweet, sweet time. So that'll be a nice little thing to come back and see. It might even start building bridges over to these little islands. Who knows? You just never know what the game is going to try and come up with next. Right. Oh, hang on. Issues with train tracks right now. 2 trains colliding right now. This is our oil area. So what I need to do here is I just need to kind of set back my Chrissy Crossy. And we should have a signal here. Weirdly, I don't. There we go. So one of these is going to have to stop. it was a race to see which one was going to stop then for a second. Right, has this now sorted itself out? Do you know what? I feel like we might need an extra vehicle on this. Because they can't get through the deliveries quick enough. Busy, busy, busy. It's what we like to see. All 3 trains arrived at once as well. That doesn't help with the overloading of the station. Yeah. Right, let me check this town now. How are you doing? There we go. Over 1,000 destinations straight away, up to 60%. We should start to see a nice little growth. It should start growing in areas. But I ain't going to intervene. I'm going to let it do what it got to do. Okay? That's what we're going to do right there. There is the tram's already on the way right now. Got over those trains to pass through. But glorious. Nice. Oh, there's a lot of people over here in Hyderabad. And they're all... I mean, it's a split between a bunch of the lines in reality, isn't it? There's not really one line overwhelmed to the other line. High-speed train line, now since we set that up, is running pretty smooth. The Poo to Naz line, how are you looking? Yeah, I suppose it's when you kind of view it, isn't it? Right, have you now solved yourself? Yes, you have. We've done it, guys. That pain was just simply solved by splitting it into 2 individual lines to increase the frequency. Makes sense. We had dedicated runs leading over there. Right, very good. Very good. So last thing I want to now check. Are we still doing pretty sweet on these splits? Yas. And how are we doing over here as well? Lots of trains still dropping off. It's what we like to see. It's what we like to see. Right. So, most profitable lines, it's still the Kabul crude oil line. Which is maxed out when you look at it. It really is. Where is that line? It's still the back and forth here. There still seems to be a lot of oil to collect. Dare I say we could add another train on top of it? I think we can. Either that or we add to the trains. Now we'll add another train. I could increase the capacities of them as well. That's also another thing in our back pocket. But leave it as, boys. Leave it as. Interesting. Now, I don't know if it's changed our money recently. We're kind of plateauing because we haven't really done any new lines. We've just kind of like technically improved lines. We had a record income year of 3.76 billion. Last year was 3.67 billion. But I don't think... Oh, look at that. Wow. You're telling me... Because I haven't invested any money in infrastructure this year, I'm running at a 1.8 billion profit? That is wild. That's 20 mil just coming right there. That is wild if that's the case. Could we get to a $2 billion profit without me spending any cash? I don't know if it's going to be possible or not, guys. I don't know if it's going to be possible or not. You're waiting for the big guns to deliver. The bigger destinations, that's just delivered there 26 million. Is that number going to update? How often does it update? Is it on the year? On the month? I'm not too sure. Oh, that was the previous year, wasn't it? Sorry, that was... Oh, no, I'm reading this wrong. We're in this one now. So that was this one, right? Holy moly. Nearly 2 billion. We're on this one here, by the way. I'm looking at it back to front. Wild, isn't it? It's actually wild. Guys, we're going to end it here right now. Hope you have enjoyed this episode and this series so far. Please smash the like button, subscribe if you are new. And until next time, I see you all soon. So goodbye.